This works. Look, everyone. Mario's getting manhandled. Look at that. In the tight white pants. Oh, thank you. It's just a, it came like this off of Amazon. But yeah, thank you. I love the colors of this keyboard. Are you a crafter too? Dev woke something in me. This is cool. Now I really want to go rewatch this movie. Ooh. Ooh, not that. This button. There we go. You know how to do this, girl. Yes. There. And then, are you the person, like, facing us in this one? Or am I, like, losing my mind? I need to look for you and screenshot it and then be like, look, I know this guy! Oh, you the very sad-looking one. This is so wonderfully tragic for you, Mario. So sad. But you're in a movie. What? Was she, like, allowed to have just tried that? Or, like, what is the vibe? Like, what's the vibe with being, like, an extra? Are you allowed to... Or, I don't know, were you even technically an extra? If you were, like... Is, like, background and extra different? Girl, you ask once and then you take the answer respectfully. Don't keep asking. Ugh! They're the same. Okay, I was gonna say, are you, like, allowed to improv and stuff? If you're in that position? And she didn't smell right. You should have just told her that. After, like, the however many rejections after the first one, you should have just been like, no, and you don't smell very nice. Like, at some point, like, what if the roles were reversed here? Right? Like, we would all be like, ew, why is he, like, not taking no for an answer? Like, it's gross. You right? Like, not cool. And at some point, you just gotta embarrass them to get them to go away. Was at a point in my life where I didn't have a voice for myself. Valid. Sadly, I had those days too. That's like my entire early 20s. Like, early to mid 20s. For sure. I didn't get a voice for myself until somewhat recently. Like, the last handful of years, so. I mean, we're late bloomers, Mario. Actually, wait, when was this? I can't remember what year. I was a late bloomer. I'll just say that. I was a late bloomer in terms of standing up for myself and being willing to tell people to fuck off. But that's so cool. Nine years ago, maybe more. Aww. Baby Mario. Oh, thanks for sharing this, though. That's so cool. I'm trying to think, like, what movie would I like to have been, like, a background person in? How do you get to be in multiple movies without being, like, a full-blown actor? Mario, what are your secrets? Tell us. Tell us more secrets, please. Birthday secrets. Oh, this yarn wants to split so bad. Now I can say I know someone famous. Yeah, same. And I'm gonna be a bitch about it too. Just kidding. No one likes that. Only one birthday secret for you. You're not here to moderate me. You're here to moderate chat. Gotta wait a whole year for more. I get one big question a year. Gotta make it good. Big movie scene here. Wow. I didn't know that. You have to be a bitch about it. You know, some people are just like, well, I'm friends with this person, and it's like, like, you say it once, that's cool, but then if you keep, like, bringing it up like it makes you high and mighty, that's being a bitch about it, and I'm gonna be a bitch about knowing Mario now. Maybe I can get some free drinks out of it. Yeah, I know a guy that was in the Scorch Trials. Do you know who I am? I'm his friend. Give me a free drink. Did you get to do Stranger Things? Do you just keep like a movie resume? Can you do that? Can you like just put it all on your resume? If I didn't work full time, I would still be doing it. Oh, so you don't get to do it anymore at all? A lot of time production companies have like auditions they post up for extras and you can just go to the auditions. I guess I have to settle for a Twilight reboot then. Although, did they... I don't even think they actually filmed in Forks, did they? When I moved here to just Washington in general, it was during like the Twilight craze, and I didn't like Twilight, but all my friends did, and they were like, "Oh my god, you're moving to the place where Twilight took place," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not excited about that. Sorry." 14-hour days in the middle of the week. Oh. I like have such a big respect for stunt doubles, and I'm like, dang, I wish I could do that. But I feel like you have to have some good skills so that you don't die or get hurt. And I don't have those good skills. I could maybe be like a really low-key figure skating or rollerblading stunt double at this point, but like, don't expect anything great out of me. That's all I got. The majority of filming took place in and around Portland, Oregon. Damn it! I would have to take PTO to do that and make a whole vacation out of it. Oh shit. How many stitches was in this one? I don't- oh, was it 2? It was 2. Yeah. I can't count today. Yes, I can. Okay, we're good. So yes, I know how to do this. I know what I'm doing. I am a capable woman. My best friend's cousin is directly related to Jennifer Love Hewitt. I don't remember who that is. One second, I'm gonna look that up. I'm terrible with actor names. I was going through the steps to join the film union here so I could do crew stuff like props, but then I got my current job and stopped. What? Ugh. Oh my god, she was in. Okay, I just watched I Know What You Did Last Summer for the first time. Trying to see what if I know anything else that she was in. Okay, I don't think I know anything else that she was in, so that would explain why I don't know who that is. The Weekenders? I'm not gonna count cartoons because I haven't seen her face in them, but that's still cool though. Of all the filming locations for Twilight. I mostly, here's the thing. I still don't like Twilight, but I do love watching it as like a meme. I don't know if I'm gonna get that involved. Daft Punk. Ooh, I just added this on today. Still scared of Edward Cullen. I love watching Twilight to like laugh at it. I think that's where my entertainment value is in Twilight. I never read the books. I think I tried briefly because my friends were reading it and loved it and they begged me to try it. And I was like, I will try it. I think I got like 11 pages in. And I was like, I'm bored. And so I never finished. And then I saw 2 of them in theaters because my friends really wanted to go. And they really wanted me to come. And so I went. And I still didn't really like it. I just wasn't into romance and stuff. I think I was team Jacob and now I'm team Charlie because he's the only person who has any sense in that entire franchise. And quite frankly, Bella needs to not date anybody at all because it's all toxic. Don't think you ever finished watching past the second movie. I can't watch them like all in a row or anything like that. I have to take breaks because I start to get angry because they're just so like just kind of ridiculous. I can't remember which one actually like really dragged for me, but I do love when she was mad that Jacob nicknamed her daughter after the Loch Ness monster. I had to pause it so that I could just like gut laugh at that. It was so funny. It's just stuff like that that like catches me off guard and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that was a great piece of entertainment value. Thank you. Read all the books except for the last 40 pages of the last book. Why? You went through so much and you stopped then? Why? I was in high school when it came out, so she was part of the Twilight enjoyment. Yeah, it was like... It was popular in my school in 2009, which was my freshman year. At least that's when I remember noticing it. You didn't want it to be over, so you stopped. My sister went to the midnight showings of the movies. I did that for the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games was my Twilight. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. The timeline for Twilight is insane. It is. And she's like, it's so funny because she's like, I'm turning 18. I'm so old. And I'm like, what am I? Dancing on my grave, dude? Like, I understand that she wants to stay looking the same age as him, but it's just crazy to me that she's like, she was all in with like barely knowing him at all. I just can't get behind romances that don't have like a strong friendship base and then they fall in love. Like, that's more, if you're gonna have me watch a romance, it's gotta be either a Hallmark Christmas movie that's shit or something where they're like friends first, or like I need to believe in a love story. Otherwise, I just cannot function. The baby dolls in a museum of Twilight stuff. Dude, why? Okay. I knew that, like, the baby was gonna be a weird thing. Like, that there was a doll, and then they decided to just CGI a baby. But, like, I didn't realize they were CGIing, like, a whole-ass child, like, growing up for a while before they got a child actor. Which was really weird to me. Wait, who's that? Voices the audiobooks for the Hunger Games. I don't know who. Excuse me. Oh my god, it's 11:20. Oh my god, I'm on so late for me. I have to go to bed. Oh, but I gotta Google who this is. The doll's literally melting and it looks like she's sweating. Ew! That kind of makes me love her more, though. I love how disturbing the doll is. Oh, I haven't seen either of those. Oh, she's adorable! Oh! I know what I recognize her from. This bitch is from Heartland. Oh, shit. Yep. I remember her from Heartland. I just finished season 16 of Heartland. I haven't seen Orphan Black and She-Hulk, though. Just so on par with being like a teenager. I just couldn't. Even then, I couldn't get into it. Being almost 22 and watching those movies, I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's not good. And I think that's why we're all now starting to connect with Charlie, because we're like, this shit is so wild and so unhinged, and she has no idea what she's getting herself into. Like, she barely knew this dude, and she was ready to just like give up her entire family for him after like, what, 6 months or something. No thanks. I never watched Fifth Wave. I can't remember if I even know what that is. Man, I've been yapping so much today. I mean, like, good for me. So I used to be so scared of it, but I've never seen this. It's the movie, right? Or is there a show? The movie popped up first, if it... Uh-oh, excuse me. How much of this do I have left? Oh yeah, okay. I'll finish picking up these stitches and then I'll call it a night. And then I gotta look for someone to raid. That's like the most stressful part about streaming for me. It's a movie and a book series. Okay. Is it like the dystopia age of media? I miss that time. Scores Trials, Divergent, Hunger Games. This just shit was all up my alley. That was my life. And before that, it was the Warriors series. The books about the cats. And I'm not gonna lie, if a movie came out tomorrow, I would go see it. I still own the first 6 books. Divergent was the last of them that I saw. I still really love watching the first one. I just reread all of the books. I don't think I like them as much as the movies, honestly. But the first movie has just like a special kind of magic, I think. Alien invasion, apocalyptic dystopian. Nice. Yeah, I would have been very into that. The book's kind of dragged for Divergent. Apparently she wrote them like unreal fast. Like on a really quick timeline. So they kind of like under scrutiny, I don't think they hold up well. Divergent isn't good. It gets grouped into the Hunger Games hype because of the time it came out, but it's so boring. I really like the movies, or at least the first one for sure. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember very much of the other movies, but the first movie, I did love it. And the books have not been holding up for me. Because the first time I read them, I was in high school, and I loved them. And then I reread them, I think last year. And I was like, kind of fighting through it. Yeah. I feel like, excuse me. Oh! I really want to reread The Maze Runner. I loved The Maze Runner so deeply in high school. My only hesitation of rereading them is I am a little scared they're not going to hold up for me now that I'm an adult. But also, I've been just such in the mood for horror that I don't really want to read. So I don't want to read them if I'm not in the mood for them, because I feel like that'll taint my rereading experience. And I don't remember if I finished the last one or not. I rewatch The Hunger Games and The Maze Runner constantly. I've been watching people on YouTube react to watching The Hunger Games for the first time, and that's been really fun for me because I went to the midnight showings of the Hunger Games movies. So I will never have that experience with those movies again. It was like, especially the first one. I remember like when Rue died in the movie, everyone in the theater was like sobbing, crying. And then like they stopped crying, they finished up crying, and then there was the scene where where District 11 started revolting because they saw that like Katniss gave her a dignified send-off. And that is what made me cry, and I was like sobbing in the theater, but like everyone else was already done crying, so it was silent. And I was like trying to like choke it down a little bit, but also I was feeling it so hard. But it's just getting to see a movie like that and to do it at a midnight showing too, I just feel like it's such an impactful experience. Like I love that was a part of my childhood so much. And I can't remember if I watched them, like did a midnight showing of Maze Runner, but I did go see it in theaters with my friends. It's been so long. Yeah, I rewatched the movie maybe last year or the year before. The first movie. I haven't rewatched the Scorch Trials, and I don't think I've seen the movies after that. Because I think in the next one is when he had his accident and they had to like postpone indefinitely. I can't believe how similar we are. I did go see the most recent Hunger Games movie. I didn't love it. It was a fun time, and I don't regret seeing it. But like the original Hunger Games is it for me, like it was so everything at that time in my life. I haven't read any of the newer books. What horror books am I reading? I started reading Spite House, but I am kind of slogging on that because I have it as a physical copy. Ew, Ian! Hi, you're disgusting. How's it going? I say that. Know that I say that from a very positive place. But I bought a Nook this year, and I've been almost exclusively reading off of that Nook. But I have a physical copy of The Spite House, and I started it, but I've just been like, I don't want to hold up a physical book right now and read in bed. Which is very, like, the laziest thing you've ever heard. Because it's a really tiny book, but I've just been kind of slogging on it. It's not that it's, like, not good. I've heard it's actually a really, really good haunted house book, so I do need to get into it. But let me go grab my Nook really quick, and I can, look up the other books I've been reading. I like how you can see how Snow changes in the movie. Yeah. Rue's death hurt. Yes, very much. My childhood cat was named Primrose. I love that. Yeah, Rue's death was pretty sad. Finished my first knit project tonight. Oh, you finished that cow? Is it that rainbow one? That's exciting. Gotta get up early tomorrow and go places. Have a good night. Lights out. I'll look it up. And thanks for popping in tonight. It was really nice meeting you. I had a great time. Have a good sleep. I gotta see what else I'm reading. Okay. I was reading... Oops. I just finished reading a book called Rest Stop. It's a novella. It's kind of... The ending is kind of disgusting. Like, there's... I'm not going to tell you what happens in case you want to read it. It's a good novella. And it does come with trigger warnings at the beginning if you're worried about anything. I didn't look at them. I was like, I'm gonna just go into this book knowing nothing. But the ending had something that was really disgusting, and it still kind of sticks with me because it was so nasty. But it was good. Can't get away from my anime. I'm trying to figure out ways to like fit in like watching more movies and reading more books. And getting the Nook has been so helpful for me. I also like I've been trying to get myself into audiobooks. Because I just can't like read and knit at the same time. And sometimes I'll listen to them while I'm working as well. But I kind of go in and out of them. But having a Nook has been great too, because I can literally fall asleep reading and it doesn't, the light from the Nook itself doesn't bother me because they have like a night mode. But also if I fall asleep reading, it just turns off and saves my place, which is great. So, but I finished reading Rest Stop like a week or two ago. I've started reading Small Town Horror by Ronald Malfi. I'm not very far into it though. I might be putting that one on hold or on pause. And I think, let me see. I think I was starting to read The Floating Staircase recently. I've been buying a lot of books. I bought 2 books today because they were $2 each. And I don't think they're downloaded on here. I bought Hyde, which didn't have great reviews, but it was $2, so whatever. It's like Hyde is people having to survive in an abandoned amusement park and not get killed or something like that. And I love creepy amusement park stuff, so I bought it. I was like, I'll take a chance. And then I bought one called The Vegetarian, and it's a horror book about vegetarians. So I'm like, I'm gonna read Vegetarian on my 10-year anniversary of being a vegetarian, which is in January. So I thought that would be fun. How did you like Hyde? I'm trying to see. Let's see. I bought Butter. I can't remember what it's about, but it seemed cool. I think it's like poisoning people and murder. I'm also reading Priory of the Orange Tree, which is like an 800-page fantasy. I'm taking my time with that one. It's pretty good? Nice. Okay. That's good to know. It had really mixed reviews on Goodreads, but I took the gamble anyway. I think it was still like a high 3s though, which is not bad. Red Rabbit I really loved. Red Rabbit was really good. It's like a Western folk horror. And that was a really fun time. I had a really fun time with that one. I think I rated it 5 stars. I would buy it physically just to have. I haven't read all these, so I'm just like scrolling through them. Another favorite of mine this year was A Lonely Broadcast, which is like cosmic horror. It's the book that I got the inspiration to do the Bartholomew like Fingerbird cross-stitch project from. Frost read it and he really liked it, and he doesn't like to read, so I feel like that says something. It was also originally concepted on like the Reddit No Sleep, but I really liked that one. There was one. I don't have a massive library on here yet because I've had this for less than a year, but I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Dead Silence is a good sci-fi horror. I listened to the audiobook for that one. But that one was good. I've also spent a lot of time this year reading cozy mysteries because there was one about a cat cafe, and so that one was just really nice to like fall asleep reading too. Oh wait, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong list. There is an audio drama on Spotify called The Left Right Game. Also really good cosmic horror. Okay, if you want a novella, horror novella, This Is Where We Talk Things Out was really, really good. I tried a couple times a long time ago, Mario, but I think it felt really intimidating because it had such a deep backlog of stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I'll ever fully be able to get into it the way a lot of these people in the fandom do, because I was really into podcasts at that time. I was deep in the Adventure Zone with the McElroy brothers. That was like very much where I lived. And I did try Welcome to Night Vale. It was cool, but I felt like I wasn't going to be able to get it or something. and it felt intimidating, so I didn't keep listening to it. The Twisted Ones was... Oh, I think I gave it 4 stars. I thought I gave it 3. I gave it 4 stars. I gave the Twisted Ones 4 stars. It's like... Is that one cosmic horror too? I'm finding that I really enjoy cosmic horror stuff. Paranormal, supernatural, mystery thriller, horror. Yeah, it's a good one. There were parts of it that I didn't like, but I still rated it 4 stars. Apparently. 100%. 100 episodes behind because I paused to read the book that took 2 years to read. Oh my gosh. The Salt Grows Heavy is a great horror novella. I also really like novellas. I like to mix up my books with like normal size and short. The Island by Adrian McKinty is good. Fun time. There's a book called These Silent Woods that was in the like horror thriller section at the bookstore. I did not find it... I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it being a horror thriller, but it's supposed to be kind of unsettling. I found it really... It was a great book. I rated it 5 stars. And I cried. It made me cry. But I do have in my social links, my Goodreads is in there. If you want to like look at everything that I've been reading, I would say like the last 2.5 years, I think maybe 3 would be like the most accurate, because that's when I really started tracking things and I started having like yearly reading goals. So, but that's just some of like the good horror that I've been reading. There's other stuff in there. But I'm like in a reading slump right now. I want to read, but like nothing sounds great to me right now, but I've already beaten my goal for the year, so I'm not really like concerned about it right now. I'm like, I'll just take it as a sign to like do other stuff. I'm fighting off ads right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like... I never read it. I watched the movie though. I watched the first movie, but I don't think I ever read it. I'm gonna go ahead and search for someone to raid and hopefully avoid ads popping in. Oh, I never drank my tea. So much to the point that my hot plate turned itself off. Okay, I think we're gonna go see a friend that we haven't seen in a long time. And it looks like she's... I believe she's cross-stitching. She's either cross-stitching or she's embroidering. I can't tell with the fabric. Cross-stitch! It is cross-stitch! Nice, okay. Thanks, Modcrafty Cat. Alrighty, y'all. It's time for me to shut up and stop yapping. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I had such a great time. Thanks for choosing to spend your time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I'll be back on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. We will be playing Choo Choo Charles and hopefully most likely beating Choo Choo Charles, which I'm excited for. I love Choo Choo Charles. I've loved that game more than I thought I would. So hopefully I finish it. And I need to work on getting Chat Sock. The next Chat Sock started so that I can turn that redeem back on. But have a great next couple of days until I see you again. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, you guys.